And welcome to your new favorite podcast, live on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, Facebook, MySpace, Tinder, Grindr, FarmersOnly.com. This is the Nick Squared Show. My name is Slick Nick. This is my friend Cooter Nick and my other friend Jaelan. And Bo, he's in the floor.
Slick, Juicy J.
Oh, Juicy J.
What the fuck, man?
And this is our new endeavor. Now you can see us looking all sexy and shit.
You're probably wondering why my name's Cooter Nick. You'll find out at some point.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that much.
Let's go over our names. Why is your name Cooter Nick?
Oh.
Yeah,
Here we
right
go.
off the bat.
Yeah, well, now that you got me going here. So, there's no real legitimate reason. It was senior year in high school, and some douchebag started calling me Cooter Nick, who wasn't really my friend. And then all of a sudden, everybody started calling me that. And it stuck for like 5 years.
So
like, it literally stuck.
So it's not what you eat. It's just
Yeah.
No,
what
but
they
Is it
call
a good
you.
connotation of Cooter or like a bad?
See,
one?
that's the thing, though, is like I'm not a huge, like, I don't really go downstairs that much on girls,
Yeah.
so it doesn't really mix.
So he's calling you a pussy.
I feel like a cooter is
See, that's
furry,
the thing, though, but then it changed over time. So, and then I accepted it at some point, so.
My name's Slick Nick because I'm slick.
Nobody's ever called you that until like a couple weeks ago.
No,
What?
they called me Slick Nick in boxing, but it was funny because my boxing style was the opposite of slick. So it was, what do you call that? Irony? Ironic?
Yeah.
I would say so.
And then,
I didn't know they started calling you that in boxing.
yeah, they called me Slick Nick the Quick, which was funny because I wasn't slick. I got hit a lot. I got hit a lot, and I wasn't quick. I got hit a lot. And now I have CTE. And, yeah. We're just out here living the life.
Well, good information there.
And it
Know
looks
that
really
about you.
cool. It looks really cool on Instagram when your name is just Slick.
I'm not going to lie at first.
Fair enough.
At first, I thought, I was like, God, what a douchey name. But then I was like, over time, I'm like, Slick Nick.
And you're like, wow,
It
he's a
works.
fucking douchebag, too.
But still, I like it.
Why do they call you
Likeable
Juicy
douchebag.
J other than you needed a name to match mine?
See, I don't believe that anybody ever called you Slick at boxing, but my name, I literally don't have any reasoning behind Juicy.
Juicy.
I like to keep it juicy, but that's about it.
Keep it juicy. Actually, you can go back and watch my boxing videos. You can hear him calling me Slick in the background.
You can't. I actually watched one that night. I didn't hear that, so.
And it was the opposite of Slick if you watch those videos. Link in the description. Yeah.
You're not missing anything special, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I mean, it was badass. Definitely badass.
Yeah?
I mean, anyone who can go up there and take punches, creds. I mean,
I think he was
balls.
fighting some pretty big time amateurs though. Like
Yeah, that one guy was just.
that was like the
freaking
first time
pussy.
they'd ever
Like,
gotten in a ring before.
Yeah.
It was the first time I had ever gotten in.
That's not true at all. You got your ass beat at Pike fights.
Fuck Pike.
Yep.
Fuck Pike.
I think we can
I'm
all.
alright
I
with
think
that.
we can all agree
Yeah.
with that.
Fuck Pike.
Not just one college, but I think majority of universities, everyone can say fuck Pike.
It's true.
I mean, it's just a thing.
Very valid point there.
Yeah.
Very valid.
Well, welcome to the new show. The concept of this show is that we're going to have about 30 or so minutes to talk about one topic that is random. We started off with about 20 topics, but every topic suggestion that is put in the comments will be added to the mix. We'll randomly select a topic, and that's what we have to talk about for the episode. So without further ado, we will go ahead and decide a topic. Do you want to do the honors?
The honors. Yeah.
What did you just hit?
Pick.
Is college right for you?
Oh, buddy.
Is college right for you?
Damn.
I'm sure a lot of people have this question coming out of high school. We have a young Padawan that's currently going into his senior year in high school, and he's asking me what the best party school is, even though he's never talked to a woman in person before. He's saying, should you
That's
go?
okay.
He's
That's
saying,
okay.
Did he really ask you that?
He's like, actually, I'm going to go to community college for 2 years, and then I'm going to go to a party school, which is cool
That's
too.
okay. I did that. I went
And
to
then-
college
Nothing wrong
for
with
1
that.
year.
And then
Nothing
he's
wrong.
also
1 year, it was
weighing
fine.
the military. So I guess we'll just splash on in, and we'll get on the topic.
I think so when it comes to that, I think my story is actually really, it's kind of, I look at it and I'm like, that's pretty fucked up, but it worked. I knew it wasn't for me out of high school, but I still got in and busted my ass to get in just to do it because
Because your parents wanted you to?
No, they
No?
didn't even they wanted me to do, they were like, do something else, join the military, go to trade school. I was like, no, I want to try college because I'll regret it if I don't. So, and everybody doubted me. I was the guy in high school who was like, yeah, he's a dumbass. And I've used that as fuel as I got older. I'm like, literally just like, fuck you, which explains why I am the way I am now. But anyways, so totally somehow got into college. And I still can say that because I don't know how. I mean, it's still to this day, I'm just like, God. But I don't.
What do you mean? What do you
No.
mean you don't know how you got in? Like, was your ACT bad or what?
Like, everything was bad. Everything was. I mean, I can show you my freaking transcript. It honestly will. You'll look at me and be like,
The thing is,
like-
colleges will accept a lot of people just because they want your fucking money.
yeah, they did,
regardless.
and they took it. But it was worth it.
At UT,
No,
Chat
this-
State.
University of Wyoming. That's right.
Oh fuck yeah, you told me.
And
that shit before.
I got in because it's one of the easiest universities to get into. But I love the outdoors enough to where it didn't matter. Tell you what, but I didn't find out. Like, how long did it take you guys to find out, or you to find out that
I went to
it wasn't
college.
for you? Yeah, but as far as Slicky over here,
I knew that I was
After
very
the first semester, he failed out.
no
Ooh.
before that. I was a very I developed late, okay, socially and emotionally. So I had I was kind of went on a lot of college tours and didn't really know what I wanted to do. We had this bullshit thing in high school where they had like majors and you could major in like engineering or media or like nursing. So I thought that I was really smart because I did good in the high school engineering classes that in hindsight taught you nothing about engineering. So I didn't really know what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I still don't. But my parents were kind of pushing me towards engineering. So I went on a bunch of tours, hated everything that I went to. Waited till the last minute, had to go to UT Martin because they gave me the most scholarship money. Because apparently if you have a ATC score over 20 at UT Martin, they treat you very nicely. Went to UT Martin, middle of nowhere, came home every weekend, didn't really have any friends other than boxing. Got rejected from a fraternity and fell in love with a whore.
Hey.
whoa,
She's pregnant now. We can call her a whore.
Oh.
Yeah, came home the next summer because my roommate that I came from our hometown with decided to move into a fraternity house. So didn't go back. Went to community college because, young simp Nick fell in love again and followed somebody to another city.
Okay, you were talking about a different.
I want to
world.
touch in
What
there
the
about
fuck?
community college.
No, I wasn't talking about.
Who? Oh, I know who you're talking about. Never mind. Forget it.
I don't know what he's talking about, but community college. You know how everyone's like, "Oh, that must fucking suck." No, it's not that bad if you make it. Like if you make the best of it.
You get 2 years for free these days.
Yeah, I got 2.
I didn't get that.
Yeah,
and
it
I
was-
probably
it was
would have done
great.
it. I don't know, looking in
Yeah.
hindsight, if I would have done it or not.
I think it's good. I think those 2 years of community college are good because when you're 18 years old, you don't know what you want to be. When you're fucking 25 years old, you don't know what you want to be when you grow up.
I mean, debatable.
Okay, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up.
Yeah.
So,
Agreed.
You're not 25 yet either.
No.
which is also when your brain is fully developed. So I mean, I kind of use that sometimes when I'm like, God, I'm a fucking loser. I'm like, well, my brain's not fully developed yet. Thank
True.
God.
I think we're still recording.
I hope so.
I'm not sure. I pressed
No, but the
record.
thing about the community college thing too is if you make a 21 your ACT and get the Hope Scholarship,
Yeah.
that's $4,000 a semester in your pocket because you don't have to pay for school.
That's true.
And any other, I guess community colleges don't give a whole lot of scholarships out. But you get that
Yeah.
one, and the state of Tennessee gives you $4,000 to go to community college.
Yeah.
You haven't ever thought about that, have you?
Well, no, that wasn't. Well, that wasn't me coming out. That was a option. But my parents told me community college was for fucking idiots. I had to go to a 4-year school, so I did.
Did they really say that?
I mean, pretty much.
They like basically are just like we're gonna look down on you if you go to community college.
I mean, in hindsight, they probably would have looked down on me anything that I did, and continue to this day. But yeah, pretty much. They pretty much said, hey, you're going to a 4-year school. And you need to know your major before you go in, which is an awful idea. You should always go in undecided general studies and then decide what you want to do because you
Facts.
take all the same fucking classes anyways.
That's true.
And go be social. If they have little pep groups as a freshman that you go to those. I know somebody who went to UTC and just skipped all of that.
Don't.
Also signed up for a sorority that was paying $135 a month just to have friends.
It's probably more than that.
And most of those bitches hate each other.
That's a fucking fact.
They literally
That is
like
a fact.
they're like, oh my God, we love it. Like it's like no.
Sororities are different than fraternities. When I
Exactly.
was in a fraternity, we had 40 guys, I think is what we maxed out at. I had 40, I wouldn't call them all best friends, but I had 40 dudes that I knew who they were.
Yeah.
We were friends regardless. Sorority girls, especially at like SEC schools, more than and even at Martin and UTC, they have like 100 girls. They don't know each other. And they're usually just like, they'll see each other out in public. And I've seen X person do this before to other ex girls and just be like, oh my God, I don't want to talk to her. And just kind of go the other way.
Exactly.
It's stupid.
It's stupid.
Sororities are, and fraternities are too at bigger schools. It's I don't know, I don't even know what the
For
word
one, it's a lot of work from what I hear. And I rushed once and I was like, nope. Like it just took me one day of rushing and I automatically was like, yeah, no.
It's not that much work.
I'm down
It's
to
just-
party. I'm not
Really?
down to participate.
Participation trophies.
And then we moved to Chattanooga and pretty much ran a frat house anyways without the frat. So
Yeah, it was liquor. That's all
liquor.
I'm gonna say.
Just one word if you had to describe the whole
Yep.
thing.
Liquor.
One word.
If I had to describe it in one word, it would be fuck.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Because that's usually the first thing that I said when I woke up each morning. That's another
And
point.
that's-
Don't
when you
drink
didn't go to
alcohol-
class either.
Don't drink alcohol when you go to college.
Yeah.
Have fun, son. Have fun, but don't get carried away.
You're going to be shown a lot of things when you first go to college, especially kids who are kind of sheltered growing up in high school and everything. They get to college, and that's the ones that go buck fucking
And that's the
wild.
ones that also most of them end up dropping out
Yeah.
because they learned how to party and they get exposed to these drugs and all of a sudden like they grow up and their parents are like, you're going to be straight edge, you're going to tuck your shirt in every single day. You're going to like not do anything that crosses any line. And then you get to college and they're just like they just go crazy. I've seen it. I've seen
I've
it
seen
like
it 1,000 times too.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
Mom and dad aren't there to hold your hand anymore.
Yeah.
You're going to be tempted with so many things that maybe you weren't in high school, or if you didn't do anything in high school, that's when you get tempted more. You're trying to impress new friends in college, wherever you are. It's a new
Exactly.
environment. It's different.
totally.
Different. You know how many 18-year-old kids we ruined their lives when they started pledging the fraternity?
Oh yeah.
I'm just playing.
I mean, my life did get. I feel personally attacked here. I had a sip of alcohol before I went to Martin, but not near as much as I was drinking when I got to Martin.
Yeah.
Also
Just a
lost.
sip, though, right?
Also lost my virginity the night before I went to Martin, so that was a change.
Ooh,
too.
I got a good one on that too.
But no, for real though, I have seen a lot of. I had seen some freshmen pledges that didn't even make it through their first semester, because I can't call them pledges; they're new members.
New members are new friends.
hazing isn't real.
Hazing is not a thing.
Nope.
But
Exist.
regardless, hazing or not, it was more the party. They had our fraternity house they could go to at any time during the night and do whatever. Stay up, play video games, drink some beer. But then you didn't go to class the next day. And by the end of the semester, your parents are pissed. The fraternity's pissed at you because your grades suck because we condone really good grades. And
Of
we
course.
get graded on that.
Yeah.
And then they get sent home.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them.
Would you have gotten a 1.9 if you weren't in a fraternity?
I do not put my 1 point. I didn't get my 1.9 until I was a senior.
Oh.
It was in my fourth year
That's
of school.
senioritis.
No, that was. I don't blame me getting my low grades on fraternity or anything. I blame it on this thing right here,
The natty daddy.
and I can admit that. Not specifically natty daddy alcohol in general.
It was, what was it back then? It was
It was
Milwaukee's
natties.
best.
It was just regular natties.
Just regular natties. You were still classy back then?
Yeah.
No, man. For me, it was like Budweiser because we all thought that was classy. But then we
Diesels.
realized how many calories it was, and now I have not drank a Budweiser in a long time
Mine was always
because you gain weight. You gain weight drinking Budweiser.
my downfall in Martin and also in Chattanooga was definitely the handles of Jack Daniels.
Oh yeah.
Bit me both times, and then I had a year in between where I was sober, and then just moved back out to a college town. I wouldn't call Chattanooga a college town, but a college environment. Pretended like I was
Tourist
in
town.
college, and stay away from the alk.
Were you really sober for a whole year?
Yeah, I lived with my parents. Yeah,
I did not know that.
I wasn't 21.
You didn't drink at all.
Rarely. Maybe
You didn't have.
maybe 2 or 3 times that whole year.
So I want to go back when you want to drop out because I think that's kind of what we want to touch on. Because I think everybody reaches a point. It's like you get there and you're like, there's one day you're just like, this sucks. Like, why am I here? And I was at that point multiple times.
Especially if you don't really know what you want to do. I
And
think
you're not
my
motivated.
biggest thing, other than the outside distractions, was I was taking classes for shit that I wasn't interested in.
Oh yeah, just the weed out, just the stupid ass classes that.
Yeah. Like,
But that's why you're saying you need to do general studies first.
you need to do your general studies, see what you like. I mean, in my general studies, I loved geography and history, which you can't do anything with.
I got an A in history. That was like my best A.
I loved history.
too. I love
That's the
history
class
too.
that I mean,
Wyoming history.
I still
Cowboys
got,
and Indians.
I still got a C in the class that I liked best, but I went every single day and took all the tests, and that's one of the 4 classes that I have on my transcript. So yeah.
I think there's a fine line. I think sometimes you don't know you're dropping out until it's already there. You know, like either your
Yes.
parents are pulling you out as a freshman, who your parents probably still cater for and everything, or the school's fucking kicking you out. You know, and sometimes I don't know. There's in between there, but then you have people who like this isn't for me. And that's fine. Go do a trade, do whatever. And that's good. I wish there needs to be more tradespeople in this country.
So
We need them.
let's say
I don't make that much money. Tradespeople make more
Exactly
money
why
than I
I'm
do.
doing it. Because
let's say we are 18-year-old Cooter, Slick, and Juicy.
17-year-old Cooter was a freaking train wreck.
And going back, knowing what we know now, would you change any decisions of the summer of, you graduated in 2009 and you graduated in 2015?
2013, but
2016.
Oh, I graduated in 2015. So,
No, honestly, looking back,
would you have
I don't know.
Would you have gone to UT Martin straight off the jump?
oh yeah, before going to Bethel, 100%, 100%. That wouldn't have been not even think twice about that. I hated Bethel. It was the worst thing I've ever
I
done.
don't even know where.
Yeah, it's a really small Christian school. I played tennis there for a year.
Oh.
And
Do you still play tennis?
not a whole lot. No, I
Yeah.
haven't played in a while. I wouldn't mind going if you want to go play tennis.
Honestly, I would go. I've I mean,
Try to get Brad to go with. But no, I don't know. Money wise, I probably would do a trade. We're on video. Money wise, I probably would do a trade school, but he's going to the bathroom. The memories and friends that I made at Martin, I don't know if I would trade that.
I would have definitely.
I learned a lot just from being at Martin. Just mistakes and how to be a man. As cliche and cheesy as that sounds. And I've like to think I've learned from those mistakes a little bit, but
Oh yeah, I definitely grew up in Martin.
I still act like a child sometimes and need to mature, but for the most part I think I've learned from those mistakes.
I think Martin was definitely the first time I was I know it was the first time I was by myself and could make my own decisions and good and bad decisions. And I think what humbled me the most was coming back, growing up with my parents over my head and then getting a year by myself thinking that I hated it and then coming back to my parents a year later. Did I make good decisions when I came back to Chattanooga? Not necessarily, but I think I was in a lot better place than if I had just come straight to Chattanooga from chilling with my parents for 20 years.
Fair enough.
But I think if I could go back to 17, 18-year-old Nick, I would definitely do trade school. But I don't think you get the same social experiences from trade school. I think you see these trade school people grow up too fast, and they've got wow, it's nice to have a house and car and 12 kids by the time you're 21. I think you need a little bit of time to be fucking buck wild too,
dude.
Yeah, and that goes back. I'm gonna say one more thing.
Yeah.
That goes back to in college I made a lot of mistakes, and I think I've learned from those mistakes. I can kind of see where you're saying there. Those kids grow up too fast. They don't get buck wild. They don't make stupid mistakes that you learn.
Well, I lost the thought. Keep going.
No, the question is, when 17 or 18 Cooter, what would you change? Or would you change anything at all?
I would
knowing what you know now.
Would you change something in your mind and then go perfect scenario?
I could go perfect scenario, but there's really not there's never really perfection. I don't know. I feel like we all try to reach perfection, but anyways, the one thing I can think of right now is being this is ridiculous, but being a man whore. Honestly, talking. There's a difference between approaching girl. What I did was, I would say I was a man whore. Or I would say I was it was. I don't know how to.
We did our college in the budding stages of Tinder.
Yes. So when Tinder was popular.
In the budding stages. When Tinder was still kind of underground.
So are you saying you would take that back?
Well, I wish I wasn't as. I don't know if I would see. I'm trying to think of something I would take back, but I think.
See, if I would have took that back, then I wouldn't have warts on my penis.
But it didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work until I got out west, and then I stopped being as much I don't know. I can't go, but I can't think of that right now. I'm just trying to think of
just.
So when you say you were being a man whore, were you just getting a bunch of girls on Tinder, or were you actually going and?
No, it was more. It was more or less just talking to so many girls, and then waking up the next morning and being like, "I'm a piece of shit. Why did I do that?" I just talked to
Give us a number. On a given night, how many girls were you talking to?
At 18 years old?
Yeah.
I think it was worse at 19, actually. 18 was 18 was, because I was a young bloomer. So you just put it in perspective. I didn't kiss a girl until my senior year of high school.
I didn't kiss a girl until
late bloomer.
That's what I mean.
I didn't kiss a girl until
damn it.
My junior
late
year
bloomer.
Of high school.
God.
My junior year of high school. And yeah.
You didn't kiss a girl until your junior?
Yeah.
Oh my God, guys.
Yeah, I was bad. So I went from a closed in, like shy person, and I changed like dramatically. Like as soon as I got to college, it was like just opened up. Totally.
Same.
Like a flower.
Like a freaking flower. Like, could write a book about it.
Except I bloomed in Martin where there were no girls, and yeah.
There's
so like
girls in Martin.
a Martin 10 is like a regular 5.
Yeah, I hate when
That's
people
not
say.
true
Okay,
at all.
this
It's
is the
still a
thing.
college
Is like
town.
like when you say no girls, basically that means no girls for you,
Yeah, there's plenty.
or
of
No.
they're all oogla.
there's plenty of girls in Martin.
You could swing by the Zeta house and get a little bit of
You could zits, tits, and armpits.
hey boy.
Have you ever banged a chick in a sorority house? I feel like that's a.
I can say no on that.
See,
one.
that seems
No.
like because you can't go in there, and I've heard guys doing it, and I'm like, that's ballsy. Like that.
We didn't
is
even have
ballsy.
sorority houses in Martin until like my last year.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah. Nobody cared about women out there.
still don't.
Dude, I'll tell you what.
The livestock got better houses than the sororities did.
The fraternities and sororities in Wyoming were just trash, which you can probably assume garbage. Like I've never seen like if you compare it to most schools in the South, not even close.
How was Wyoming's vibes?
The vibes were good, but I will say the people that were from Wyoming were some weird motherfuckers. Like I was
I
friend
can
like
imagine that.
so the people from California, the people from Colorado, and there was a few from Tennessee, but not many. We were outnumbered. They were cool. Like, and the Colorado had the hottest chicks, and the California chicks, because they'd come too. But the people born and raised in Wyoming, man, they were a little off. And the girls, a little hairy.
No hair.
And I think it's because it's so cold.
Yeah, you gotta stay.
You gotta stay
keep-
warm. That's
gotta-
hilarious.
Gotta
Yeah,
keep that,
I mean,
gotta keep that buffalo hide on that cooter. You know
Oh
what I'm saying?
gosh,
a lot of buffaloes.
A lot of buffaloes and hopes.
that's weird.
Hopes
It's like
and
a
dreams.
completely different world. You know,
It wasn't. That's why I did it, because I wanted to explore other sides of America, and
So you went to the middle of nowhere.
yeah, because you got to know the middle of nowhere before.
What
you
what name? What was the town you were in?
Laramie, which is actually one of the big railroad towns when the Continental Railroad came in. So like the original train station's still there. That's the only reason why the town's there. And actually the only reason why the second other reason why the town's there is the university. There's not shit there. Like if there wasn't a college there, it'd just be a fucking ranch
Do you have
town.
a
That's the way
McDonald's?
that
They have a
Martin
McDonald's.
was.
What about Walmart?
They had a Walmart.
What shit? You
Because
guys-
it's a college town.
yeah.
Walmart. I mean, Martin had a Walmart, a Zaxby's, a
And
McDonald's,
McDonald's.
Okay, yeah.
And
we-
3 Mexican restaurants.
and a Sonic.
We
Sonic
had
was
most fast food restaurants. But if you wanted to go out and eat like a good dinner, the question was, hey, which Mexican restaurant do you want to go to?
Or you want to go next
See,
city
that-
over and go to Applebee's.
Mexican
Yeah,
food out
you
west
go to
sucks.
Union City.
You get a little bit of that Tex-Mex in there, and you're like, it's all right, but at least it's Mexican. I feel like most of the food revolves around cattle, so I mean, obviously. But anyways, no, the bars lit, like lit. I could walk to all of them.
That's
like,
the
it
one
was
thing. That's the
fantastic.
one thing I don't like about Chattanooga is that there's really not a college bar here.
No,
They're
like that's
not
why
in
I go to.
college anymore, though.
But that's why I go to
still.
Mike's, because it's like the closest thing to what I want to see in a bar. But if I feel like if I go to other places, I'm just like, it's like too
From what I understand,
grown up for
Jefferson's
me. Maybe I don't know.
Jefferson's used to be like the place to go, but apparently they got in trouble for underage drinking, and now it's just
Yeah,
a biker bar.
UJ. You could say UJ.
Not really.
So what would you say at this point then? If we got Mike's,
I can't even consider UJ's a bar. That's
would you?
more
I mean,
like it's
I
a
can't even.
restaurant.
Would you say Clyde's? Because I don't even know. If,
No.
I don't know if I've ever been.
remember
to
La
Jefferson's.
Pachanga?
Yeah, I remember La I
There's a
have
funny story. on
have
that
a
one.
funny
Oh,
story
man.
about La Pachanga. So we went to a New Year's Eve gathering about 2 or 3 years ago when La
It
Pachanga
wasn't
was
even 2 years ago.
was the only
Year
place
and
in
a half
town.
ago.
Only place in town that allowed 18-year-olds. So it was a hot place
Ooh.
for UTC students. And there were a couple at this gathering, and they wanted to go to La Pachanga on New Year's Eve, and asked me to look up the hours for it. And I said, "Oh man, y'all ain't going to believe this. They're actually closed tonight."
And everybody believed him, didn't think twice about it. They're like, oh, fuck, that sucks. They didn't look on their own phones or anything. And
So we didn't have to go.
Nick looked at me and was like, we're not going. So we never even ended up going at all, did we?
No, y'all passed out drunk. Had to
No,
drag Mr.
I'm
Uber.
talking about we've never been to
Oh
it.
no, I think they're closed now.
No, they're not open. No, they're not.
They got
They're
shut down. They got shut down quick.
Underage
I'm not
drinking.
surprised.
Underage
I'm
They
not
let
surprised.
18-year-olds in there.
Well, fuck, every fucking bar in in Martin let underage kids
Well,
in there.
yeah, I
and
think
drink.
It's where you're
different.
located. It's just, I guess, but yeah, dude, Chattanooga, as far as a college bar town, it's just like it's too touristy.
There's nothing.
It's too hippie.
It's
There's not a big Greek life here either.
No.
There's a big sorority life, but there's not a
Actual Greek life.
actual Greek life. It's not like I think Martin had a better Greek life.
We did, because most of the time that was the only thing you had to fucking do in Martin.
Yeah, but Martin was also a suitcase school.
I don't know what that means, honestly.
It means people would pack up on the weekends and go home. Your best parties were on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Which
He
is-
acts like the whole school packed up and go home. It was maybe a fourth of
everybody in the dorms did.
Most of the time the people at dorms did.
But a lot of people lived off campus. I say most of the people lived off campus. You could live off campus as a freshman there.
If you pulled some strings right, yeah.
So you can't do that in Chat.
No.
I
At
think
all.
you mandatory have to live on campus for your first 2 years at Chat.
You
They
do.
cannot make that fucking mandatory.
I don't
There's
know
how
no
they
way.
do
that.
That's not possible.
You have to have so you have to have a certain note or I can't remember what it was, like approval, like your parents have to sign off on it or something. It's like a
Freshman.
process.
If you don't live within like 50 miles or something, you have to live on campus as a freshman.
That's
You say that, but can they literally enforce that? Like,
no.
No, there's no way.
Dude, Garrett lived at home and just drove down for a little bit.
Yeah, but he lives 20 minutes away from school.
Exactly, yeah. 20 minutes
So
away.
you just completely blew your own fucking theory.
Yeah,
you
that
had
was-
going there.
That's
But good
fair.
try.
Tried.
You could say, even if you were so far away, you could say you're still commuting all the time and just live off campus. I just don't think there's a way they could almost legally enforce
But
that.
why would they take the time to enforce
Because
that?
they make
'Cause
so
they make a
much
lot more
fucking
money.
money off the
Yeah.
dorm
My
room.
tuition, my
That's
tuition
true.
at Martin was triple what Jaelan's was, just because I lived in a shitty fucking dorm, not even the size of this kitchen.
Dude, I had a dorm and an apartment on accident. I got fucked. So I would like go to my dorm, like if I needed to be alone, not because I had like 5 roommates. I used the dorm, like and then my freaking roommate he was from Britain. He was actually pretty cool. Didn't really I didn't really understand when he talked sometimes, but yeah, it was. But think about it, you're paying for 2 places. It was
Yeah, that's kind of ignorant.
pretty bad.
Ignorant.
Yeah, pretty ignorant.
So,
I think my rent in the house. One more quick one. I think my rent in the house I was living in Martin for a while, off of campus, 10-minute drive away. If that,
$300.
$225 was my rent a month. Plus, electricities,
Yeah.
internet and stuff like that. But it's just crazy to think that compared to even in Chattanooga off campus. From
Okay.
what we're paying now. And now we just got our electricity bill, so.
We just reached our time limit. So we're in this by answering the question, is college for me? Yes or no? Choosy J.
Yes.
Cooter.
No.
I'm going to say no also. For me, is college for you? That's something you need to find out. Go take college visits. Actually sit in on classes. I think that's a big thing. Take AP classes your senior year so you can see if you can handle the fucking speed of a college class.
Heck, just talk to people that older than you, literally, that just
Yeah, if
Like-
you have the option to go stay with somebody in college over a weekend and just get the vibes of college.
The biggest thing about college that you see most of the time is it's not that hard to an extent, but you have to get up and go to class.
yeah.
And you have to do your homework. Your parents aren't waking you up every morning to get on the bus. You have to get your own ass out, get ready, and go to class.
See,
and then sometimes
I
all
did
you
that
have
and
to
I
do.
still failed though.
Yeah,
That's
but
when
did you put in the time after class?
No.
Fair enough.
I did not. Thank you so much for listening to the
Yep.
first episode of Nick Squared.